Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this freaking show. The show with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. I'm your host, Travesty, and with me is...
Awkward Colin.
And Geekcast Joe.
How you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Good. Yourself?
I'm tired. I won't lie to you.
Oh, yeah, I hear you there.
Man, I feel like I'm in school all over again.
Yeah. Same here, but I'm
Some of us are.
actually am, though.
Oh, man. I'll tell you.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I think we got a pretty good show tonight.
Yeah, it should be pretty exciting.
Covering a couple
Topics?
Technology topic,
Yeah.
kind of subject kind of things, I guess you would call them. I'm not
Stuff for the future.
future stuff of technology.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sounds about right.
I like it.
The future is now, and we're going to talk about it.
Excellent. Current. I like it. Before we get started on that stuff, of course, I do want to talk to you guys real quick about something we're going to talk to actually at the end of the show, but I want to let you know now. This freaking show is actually going to have a contest that's going to involve our listeners. So stay tuned to the end of the show to hear about the details on that. And we're actually going to start a new segment here. What are we calling this segment, guys?
I believe we're calling it This Freaking Thing.
This freaking thing. I like it. And
Yeah.
the first topic of this freaking thing is what here, Joe?
Yeah, have you heard about this freaking thing? The Starbucks Red Cups?
I briefly saw something on it.
Yeah, that's the whole problem about Christmas.
Yeah, it has consumed my Facebook like a wildfire in California.
That's pretty out of control. So.
It is insane to me. So basically what the issue is that Starbucks this year has designed a cup that's just red. It doesn't have any snowflakes on it, or cars, or ice skates, or Christmas wrapping bows, and apparently that means that Starbucks hates Christmas.
Well,
I think it means that Starbucks has ran out of artistic ideas.
hey, I agree.
I think so too. I think they're just going for simple design.
I think I actually know what you're talking about because I think I actually saw on Facebook today. It was like a meme that said like if every person in the world adopted a dog, there will be no more stray dogs in the world. But tell me more about your designless cup.
Oh, that's fantastic.
What does an all red non-holiday cup have to do with dogs?
I have no idea.
I mean, and that's what that's coming to pretty much now. It's like these people are so
Stupid?
yeah. I was gonna
That's
say,
a word that I would like to use, but I'm not sure I'm ready to.
I guess the term could be butthurt. I mean,
I like butthurt. That's a good one.
butthurt
Yeah.
looks good. I mean, it's like who cares what's on your cup?
Yeah.
well, people have to have it a certain way, don't you know?
Yeah.
Hey Joe,
Yes.
you drink Starbucks?
Occasionally.
Okay, how many of those cups do you display on your mantle when you're done?
If I had a mantle, it would still be 0.
Yeah, exactly.
They go right in the trash, or if I'm lucky enough to be standing next to a recycling bin when I finish my coffee, right in the recycling bin.
You know what? Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good answer. I know. I don't really drink Starbucks or anything,
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's one thing, if you're selling a mug, like an actual glass mug, you're gonna take home.
oh yeah,
and
reuse.
Yeah,
Right.
even then, I wouldn't care if it was all red. But I mean, the general idea, if there's design on it, looks nice, you're gonna keep it. If you're keeping a what is it, paper, styrofoam, whatever
It's
the
paper.
comes out,
Yeah, it's like a recycled cardboard.
then who cares?
Right. Yeah. Well, and the crazy thing is, the rest of the year it's a white cup, so it's still a holiday cup. It's just that because there's no snowflakes on there, Starbucks hates Jesus, which I think is bullshit. Because I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm fairly learned on the topic, and I'm pretty sure snowflakes are not something that Christians monopolize.
Yet.
I'm pretty
Yes,
sure
right.
that's just Earth that created snowflakes.
What happened to the generic happy holidays?
Right.
I remember I know when I was younger, we were all the same age. So when we were younger, we had Christmas vacation, we had Easter vacation. Now it's what, holiday vacation?
Yeah, well, it's winter break and spring break / I don't know. I actually don't know the Easter. I'm not sure what Easter has.
I think it's just spring break now. I mean, I remember it used to be called Easter vacation when we were little.
See, I don't remember that. I always remember it being spring.
Well, because I feel like spring break is a week, and then Easter, because it changes all the time, could be after it or before it or during it.
Well, isn't Easter always on Sunday?
Yeah, Easter's always on Sunday.
It's always on a Sunday, but it's based on the lunar cycle, and so it's not always the same Sunday.
That damn moon.
Yeah.
That damn tide,
Yeah. Well, it's just,
rolling out.
People want to find.
But yeah, people are just and it's this. I don't know. I could get into this whole thing about how their theology is just wrong, but I don't want to start fights.
Starbucks lives matter.
Right.
What?
Starbucks lives matter.
Perfect. Coffee lives matter. There it is. Coining that.
The first thing I look for when I go to a Starbucks is what kind of cup I'm getting my beverage in.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. When I order a venti, I want to be wowed.
My interest, is it an insulated cup? Perfect.
Yeah.
It's going to keep my coffee hot long enough for me to drink it.
What's
Sign me up.
Well, you gotta make sure it has that hot cup ring around it.
Yeah, so I don't burn my hand.
You mean the little cardboard thing that covers the pitcher anyways?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, to all you Starbucks listeners out there that we may have offended, get over it.
Yep, you Starbucks lovers, you. Hashtag Taylor Swift lyrics.
Oh, man. Okay. Joe.
Yes.
Okay. We're talking about technology, but before we go into the future, I think we want to discuss the past a little bit.
Yeah. This last weekend, I had the opportunity to move my grandparents, most of the rest of their stuff from Oak Forest down to Fowler, and amongst the things that were left in Grandpa's garage were tools that actually may have been used by the carpenter Jesus himself.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying, that's how old some of these things were. And it just seems appropriate on a show about technology to talk about some of the stuff that we found. There was a handheld auger, which is a type of drill. There was a belt. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that one of those things that you hold at the top and you manually turn it by hand?
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez, man.
Yeah, there were 6 of those. And there were 7 rusty hand saws that I'm not even sure they would cut styrofoam at this point. We also had the joy of seeing a bandsaw or a jigsaw that you could actually probably hook up to a bike and pedal to cut things.
Really?
Yeah, because it was belt driven, so you could replace the motor pretty easily with a Chinese bike. And sweatshop that one up. So,
that's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
So what did you do with all these tools?
I believe they're getting shrink wrapped and put into a storage place.
Not a museum?
They should go in a museum. This belongs in a museum. Hashtag Indiana Jones lives matter.
Call American Pickers, see how they feel.
Yeah, I think that's what they should have done to begin with. What I'd like to know is the cost of. They found 12 pictures of clowns that were painted over the course of the last 60 years.
Really?
Yeah, and one of them was just a sad clown holding a pickle.
That's amazing.
It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Sounds like Houston.
I know, right? Apparently Norb painted it, whoever Norb was.
Norb.
Well, who's Houston?
My younger
Houston.
brother.
Yeah, it's Joey's brother.
Okay.
My stepbrother.
Okay.
He's interesting.
Well, then who's Norb?
Love you, Houston, if you listen to this.
I don't know, but in 1974, he painted a picture of a clown with a pickle.
Well, you know what? Props to him.
Yep. Here's to you, Norb. Pouring one out for you tonight.
For being with my homie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun.
That's cool. So yeah, all the family was out there and everything.
Most of us, yeah. So most of the Fowler, Illinois, or Indiana, Illinois folks.
Yeah.
The folks who could make it within 2 hours.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear about the past because that's where we all come from, anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have an iPhone 6 if it weren't for somebody inventing an auger at one point.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. I mean, I pray every day for the mechanical pencil. I mean,
Oh man, do you know how hard school would have been without that?
I know, right? Pencil sharpeners.
Ugh.
Yeah, forget
So old.
I know. I honestly haven't even used a pencil in the last like 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I used one probably a month ago, and then the tip broke, and I realized I didn't have a pencil sharpener, so I threw it away. I cut my losses. I'm like, I have a pen. What am I doing?
That's
Now-
awesome.
Now talking about being an old, I have a coworker. I mean, she's up there, and she actually still uses a pencil. And you every so often hear that pencil sharpener going behind her.
Oh, the electric one?
Yeah, that's me.
I used to sit there in school and just put the pencil in there and let it just shorten itself
Just all the way.
Just all the way, just because I didn't want to sit down.
So you just got a little nub.
I just got a little numb.
That's excellent. The number of kids in my classes who used to just use that as a way to not do anything in class for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's excellent.
Oh, yeah. You got
Teach, I need to go sharpen my pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. No more past. Let's focus on the future here. Joey,
Yeah.
tell us about Just.
So Jest is a Kickstarter that's running right now. Let me see here exactly when it ends. 18 days from now, it'll end.
Okay.
Hey,
perfect.
just like last time it was 18 hours, this time it's 18 days.
Excellent.
We have more time to promote it off the show.
Yeah.
Yep. So if anyone from Jest happens to hear this podcast and wants to come on and talk about your product,
Yeah.
that would be great.
We can find a slot next week for you.
Yep. But yeah, so it's this really cool thing. Wearable device is a good word that's coming right from their Kickstarter.
Yeah.
It's a wearable device that allows you to control your computer. I know this is going to sound stupid, but with your hands.
Yeah.
But basically, the way it works is you slip a little thing over your palm and over each of your fingers, and it lets you actually, using Bluetooth, you can control your devices without touching them. And that's actually what makes it cool, because obviously you can already control your device with your hand.
Yeah.
But this allows you to sort of, if you wanted to stand and give a lecture or something, you wouldn't need a laser pointer anymore. You could just sort of swipe with 2 fingers, and it would change the PowerPoint slide.
Yeah.
So is it kind of like, and this may sound completely accurate because I think I'm right. Like when you're watching Iron Man, he has all those things floating in midair, and he's like taking one thing.
Yeah, almost
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that, in a way.
Not
It's-
as high tech as that, but the same concept.
Exactly. It's moving in that direction.
Almost like Minority Report.
Yes.
Never
Also
seen
a good example.
Yeah. Minority Report, I think, is more closer because I think he's actually wearing stuff on his hands.
Yeah, I think you're right. So another interesting thing that is that I'm not sure if these people saw it before, and I don't know how much better or worse it is, but there was another product that came out about 2.5 years ago called the Mio armband that basically did the same thing, only instead of controlling it through pulling on wires that are attached to your fingers, it actually could scan your muscles beneath your skin and track the electrical impulses and work that way. And it did basically the exact same thing, but somehow for less money and in a much cooler way.
Well, is that product for sale right now?
Yeah, you can go to, let me see here if I can find it. I believe it's mio.com, M-Y-O.
Oh, I was gonna say Mio's like a drink mix. You just squirt in water.
So yes, the myo.com. I'll try to make sure to put it in the show notes. Oh, I'm mistaken. The price has gone up since the last time I looked. It's now $200. So currently, if you wanted to back Jest, it'd be $50 cheaper.
Well, there we
Okay.
go. You back Just, and when they send you one of these hand things, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 days to do it. Why not? Yeah, let's.
Yeah, you won't get it until November of next year, but
But at least I know one day I'll get it for $50 cheaper than something I can get next week.
Right, exactly.
Times are tough.
Yeah.
So perfect. Well, what was their goal? And how much
Their
have they
goal
raised?
is $100,000, and they are currently at $163,481. So they have backed it. I mean, it is fully funded.
Yeah.
So hopefully, the gravy on top gets good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not like one of those projects that it gets funded and it just sits there for a while.
Yeah. Well, they got 2.5 weeks left, so I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna get more. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
This
it looks
is-
like their new stretch goal is 250,000.
Okay.
So if they reach that, then they can personalize it to come either black or white instead of just coming in black.
Yeah.
So
I'd probably go for a white one.
Why?
yeah, I probably
Why
would too.
not?
I would go for the black one.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
Seems more appropriate.
Yeah, I'd go with the white one because it would match my iPhone, my iPad, and my Mac.
Okay.
I would
So
do it.
Well, that is the reason. So.
I would do it because I think black would probably be more common and white would be a little bit different. So I
Yeah,
wanna
but
get
white would
different.
get dirtier.
that's true. You should actually you shouldn't see my Mac keyboard. It's disgusting.
Definitely don't want to see your Mac keyboard there, Joe.
No.
Oh, well, you're married now. You're good. Perfect. Let's link up the Kickstarter to this in the description of the show. Because who knows, maybe we can help them out and they'll be appreciative and just give us one or two.
That would be
three.
phenomenal.
If not, at least maybe a guest for a future show within the next week.
Well, that might be a little short time.
Yeah,
There,
we'll
Travis.
see if we can find them. Let's see if we can get them real quick. Why not?
Yeah, I mean they're not busy doing a Kickstarter or anything.
Yeah, they're fine.
No, they're not programming and actually trying to work out problems on the thing.
Right. Well, they have a whole year after it ends, so
Well, that's true.
Yeah, they got time. They can they can come spare a couple minutes helping us.
Well, I know they do need promotion for it too, so
I know, right? There we go,
So.
yep. So, yeah, so it's a pretty cool thing, and I actually do genuinely hope that something like this one day replaces my mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I mean, they're coming out with things every single day, and just to make something like this would make it better.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of things that might replace my keyboard, Colin, I heard you have something to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. There's this new thing that some company in Japan, company's NEC, they're actually working on creating a augmented reality keyboard that will just pop up on your arm. I mean, that's pretty interesting to me. How about you guys?
What do you mean by popping up on your arm?
Basically, you'd have to wear certain glasses, and it would literally just display a keyboard on your arm. That would look like it's floating above your arm, and then where you type. I don't know if you've ever seen the laser keyboards that project onto your desk.
Yeah, it's like there's a light off to the side to the front that just shines down.
Yeah, basically
Same concept?
Yeah, you don't need an actual physical keyboard. You would just have that there. I mean, nobody else would be able to see that on your arm. I mean, you kind of look like a fool just sitting there typing on your arm.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I remember walking down the street and see some dude playing piano on his forearm.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it
Wondering
would
what's going on and who should I be afraid of.
be.
But that's it. Now, what is it? Like, is that for, like, phones? Is that for, like, what is it?
Looks like phones, smartwatches.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a Bluetooth thing. It syncs to whatever.
Yeah, I imagine it would go through Bluetooth more than likely because that's pretty much the latest technology, I'd imagine, for connecting devices. And they're coming out with all kinds of AR things because, I mean, look at Microsoft HoloLens?
Yes.
That's going to be AR also. So
What's that?
it's an augmented reality. Basically, I don't know if you've ever seen the preview, but you can just see things. Like, if I'm sitting here with these glasses on, I could see a dinosaur in front of me, but the dinosaur is not actually there. You won't see a dinosaur, but I could.
Right. So basically, it's like a headset that covers your eyes and allows you to do virtual reality stuff,
Yeah.
but you can see real life behind it, so that like if you're busy playing, I don't know, Jurassic Park on your HoloLens, you're not going to trip over your table in your living room and
Yeah.
and fall through the glass.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So was it like kind of like a hologram?
yes, basically.
Almost like a hologram. I mean, but
Only instead of being able to be seen by everybody without the device, everybody has to have the device on to see it.
Okay.
actually, I know, like I have a Nintendo DS,
Hmm.
and they actually have AR cards that it uses a camera on that, and it will pop up things
Oh, that's awesome.
using. Yeah, it's actually really cool.
That's fantastic. I know I've heard there are some augmented reality iPhone apps that can do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's AR is definitely a growing thing, so
Yeah.
it's almost like it's going to be a battle between AR and then the virtual reality that everybody's talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm really excited for augmented and virtual reality.
Well, which one do you prefer?
I suspect I would prefer virtual reality, but augmented reality will probably be more practically useful.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
I'd agree with you there. It seems like more of your everyday use could come out of the AR versus virtual reality.
yeah, because like AR, Travis, would be good for like your job.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the instruments and stuff that you bring around places, you wouldn't have to read the screen anymore. You'd just have this like basically just goggles on that would give you the information right on a screen that you could see, and it would allow your hands to stay free for the actual measuring stuff.
Yeah.
So like I mean I don't know exactly how much stuff you have to carry, but it'd be one less thing you'd have to carry.
So that wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, basically, like you working in the inspection company.
Yeah.
Think of if they made the tape that you use to measure your stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Bluetooth smart, as the key term is smart things, and then connect this to the AR. Basically, you would unwind the tape and it could display the distance that it's gone down
Yep,
right there in your eye.
exactly. So versus being able to like plug into the matrix and do whatever you wanted. Which
Yeah.
would be a fun. I mean, that'd be a fun pastime, but I don't think it would be very useful in real life.
Yeah, especially with your body just sitting there.
Right. It's just what I need is to atrophy more than I already do.
Right.
I think the one thing I'm gonna love about this show is learning more about technology because I don't get half the jokes you guys are telling me right now.
Hey, well, I mean,
Well, if you need
But I'm-
clarification, just ask.
yeah, I mean,
I like
Perfect.
building little bridges. It's fun.
define what Matrix is.
So the Matrix is this movie with Keanu Reeves where it takes place in the future after the machines have taken over the world. And what they've done is they've put humanity into a big computer program, basically, where the humans think that they're living their lives as they had in like the year 2015 or whenever it takes place. And it looks the same and it feels the same and it tastes the same, but once they can become unplugged from it, and when they become unplugged, they can basically go into the real world, quote unquote, where they can realize that it's a computer program that they've been living in their whole lives.
yeah. So basically, like what we're doing right now, this is all fake, and we don't actually. This is a fake world that we live in,
Right.
Well, that sucks.
and basically, you're just plugged in.
Yeah.
Oh, like Total Recall,
Sure.
Yeah, kinda.
Maybe like The Sims.
just like Sims. All right, we got off topic. Okay, so where
Yeah.
are they with this keyboard idea? Like, is it happening? Is it?
Yeah, it's as far as I know, it's something that's actually happening in Japan. So,
Yeah, sometime in 2016.
so,
It says here on their website.
so yeah.
So, yeah. So speaking of useful applications in the future,
Yeah.
I love your little segues there, Joe.
thank you.
Hey,
I
you
strive.
gotta have them. They're nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could make them obnoxious, like speaking of thank you cards.
Speaking of the next topic we need to go on to,
Right.
my
Like
turn.
pudding?
Excellent. Ooh, pudding sounds fucking good right now.
pudding.
Oh, pudding does sound good.
Real quick before we get to my thing, favorite pudding.
Tapioca.
Where we at? Tapioca.
Chocolate.
Nice.
I know it's the plain one, just chocolate.
You know what's plain? Vanilla.
No. Shut up, Travis.
You know what's also good? Butterscotch. I like butterscotch.
But of course, I can't honestly say I've had lots of different types of pudding.
Butterscotch is good too. I agree.
Right?
I think
What's
it's probably
the-
my second favorite.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could talk about that for a moment.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's always time to talk about pudding
There's
Right.
always time to talk about pudding.
or anything in
Just
general.
like just like when you finish your meal, there's always room for it.
Oh, yes.
There's always
think,
room for pudding and Jello.
I think we're gonna start a new topic called this freaking tasty treat.
Ooh,
I like that.
I think I could get behind that one.
I'm making a note.
Okay,
This freaking-
that
this
sounds
freaking
like a
tasty
plan
treat.
there.
Perfect. So yeah, how about that app that you were telling us about?
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited actually
Yeah,
about it.
I think I sent you the link to it because I wanted you to look it up as I was telling you about it. This was an app that was actually started by a college student up in Minnesota. Him and him and a team or a group of friends of his went into a contest by Hack DC, and basically the team at 36 hours created a mobile app for PTSD,
Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes,
I
thank you.
believe.
Thank you. That's why I have Colin here for me. Basically, Tyler and his team that they call themselves The Cure wrote codes and created a smartwatch app called MyBivy, short for whatever that word is. Colin, help me out here. What's that word? Yeah,
You got
that.
me.
You got nothing?
I'm not. I can't even find it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really weird word.
Joe, I'm going to spell this. I want you to pronounce it for me here.
Uh huh.
BIVOUAC.
Oh, bivouac.
Sure, temporary camper shelter.
Gotcha.
Excellent. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay, so basically, a college student inspired by his Iraq War vet father's struggle with night terrors is being recognized for his invention to help those suffering from the condition. Malcaster College senior Tyler, and I'm going to butcher his last name, and I apologize in advance if somehow he ends up hearing this. Tyler Skuluzovic. I know I butchered it.
Skluzacek, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's
Maybe.
what it is.
I tried. Okay.
No, yeah, no, I respect it. I just
Yeah.
was giving my own crack there.
I
And if he, for some odd reason, hears this, we're sorry.
yeah. If you hear this, come on the show. Tyler said he was in 6th grade when his dad, Sergeant First Class Patrick, spent a year in Iraq. Tyler saw the efforts on his father and wanted to help. In September, he entered a computer programming contest called Hack DC. The app tracks heart rates and movements with the goals to predict night terrors. After a couple weeks of tracking the soldiers, they could find the exact symptoms of the onset of the panic attacks and try to use the watch or to use the Android phone to disrupt that or take them out of deep sleeps but keep them asleep. So basically, it's an app that's going to put vibrations through their body to limit the deep sleep that they're in that causes the night terrors.
So basically, if this app or whatever, it's an app.
It's an app.
I'd imagine there's a device that connects
from
to
my understanding, it's kind of like a Fitbit.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it
know
looks
what?
like you can use it with a watch or an Android phone.
Yeah.
And it would monitor it, and then signs of it would just boot.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh, hey, look at that. They too have a Kickstarter campaign.
they do. I actually looked it up and I pulled the information off of it because I mean it's. I'm glad that they reached their goal, which is crazy. How their goal was only
It was like $1,200.
Yeah, $1,194.
Yeah.
That was their goal, and they beat that by what 23,000 extra.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is, it's only on for 40 more hours, which is unfortunate because I wish it was a little bit longer so I could promote this more. But by the time our show airs, obviously it's going to be over. But it looks like they beat it.
Yeah.
From my understanding, I think they're projecting for next year for it to be released.
Yeah.
And this is an app that I think would actually help out a lot of people.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
Well, yeah, your veterans that come back from those traumatic places. I mean, war is not a joke. So.
Right. Right, absolutely. Well, and, and it's apropos that they're having it end this week because Veterans Day is the day that our show will come out on. So, and the day that this Kickstarter will be funded officially.
Wait, today. So when you're hearing this.
Oh yeah, happy Veterans Day to all.
Yeah.
Colin's one of them. Colin actually gets a day off work for it, and can't take his test at school.
That's true. Those rat bastards.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Listen to this freaking thing.
Please tell me.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm in this class, and they hold a test every Tuesday or every 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
And I was just like, the last one was 2 weeks ago, and he goes, okay, well, we're going to have the test in another 2 weeks. Well, last week, and so 2 weeks ago was Wednesday when he sent this out. And 2 weeks from Wednesday is the 11th. So I'm just like, oh, perfect. I get off that Wednesday because I'm a veteran. So you know what? I'm going to see if I can... Oh, bring that back a little. Last week, we get the email saying, oh, your test isn't going to be held on Wednesday. It's going to be held on Tuesday.
Oh.
So I'm just like, really? I mean, I have Wednesday off because he has the deadline of like right after I get off work, so I wouldn't be able to make it.
Right.
Yeah, so I emailed him up and go, is there any possible way that I could come in on Wednesday the 11th to take this? Or on the weekends, on Saturday, because the testing center is open.
Right.
So I emailed that. He responds back 20 minutes later, sorry, but the school is closed. I'm just like, well, for a fact, I know the schools are not closed on Saturdays.
Right.
I mean, the Wednesday is understandable. It is a holiday. But, I mean, this is just my opinion. I mean, you guys might have your own.
Joe.
Yes.
You ever take online courses?
I have.
How do you feel about taking on-site tests while partaking in an online course?
I've done it before. It's not so bad. I see its merit, but I disagree with it.
What about you, Colin?
I think it's stupid. There's a reason that people are taking online classes. Hence, one of them is me.
Right.
I am taking online classes, so me having to go to school kind of defeats the purpose of me having an online class.
I agree with the fact that I don't believe that if you're taking an online class, you should have to go in and take the test in public or like in person. It makes no sense. It does defeat the purpose. I mean, that's the whole concept of blended classes, right? The blendeds are, courses, online courses in school.
Yes.
Now, if they do tell you, hey, you can take an online course, but you have to take the test at school, they shouldn't just limit it to a day.
Yeah.
You should go and take it whenever you can.
Well, you can limit to a day, but make it available all day. Don't.
That's true.
Restrict the hours, and especially during the daytime.
Well, and I think the times that I've ever taken an online class, the way that the tests have worked is you can come in any time during the semester to take the tests.
Yeah.
And as long as you get the tests done by the end of the semester, that's all that matters. Yeah. So you still have to come in for them, but you can kind of plan around your schedule instead of the professor's. And I think that's the way to do it. I don't think
that I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, like all the classes that I've actually had to go in, I had to go by what date they have. It's not just any time during the thing. I mean, I understand the whole moving around with the course. I mean, don't want to have a test that's like you're taking a previous test in front of like test down the road.
Right.
If that makes any sense, because I just kind of confuse myself saying that.
I heard words.
Heard words that make sense, right?
I wasn't with you on the whole journey, but I'm still with
You
you.
were there.
I'm following your tracks. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. Okay, sidetracked again. This app, my Bivy, the Kickstarter ends in about 48 hours, but they already met what they wanted and then some. I think this is a great app, and I can't wait for it to come out and see how much people it truly helps.
Yeah, I believe by the time this show is up, it'll be either just ending or you might be able to sneak in.
Yeah.
So, sneaking under the wire, that is.
I just creeping in there. It just all depends on how long it takes our editor to get it put together and up.
Yep.
You know, we got to do that one. We actually got to talk about Derek. We never really talked about Derek.
Yeah. Derek is our editor.
Yeah, Derek has been a friend of mine for over 25 years, which, I'm 26, so it's just a year over 25 years.
Yeah.
I'll say it sounds long enough. Derek's the editor of the show. He lives down in Champaign. He went to EIU for 4 years. I can't remember what his major was, but it had to do with communications.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Communications. Mass communication, I believe.
Yeah. So he's actually going to be the beautiful mind behind the microphone.
Getting all of our long pauses, our silence.
Yep. He makes us sound pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping one day we at least get him on the show at least once, like just on a special or
That'd
something
be
like
fantastic.
that. Just to talk.
He could talk about what he does. It'd be perfect, just like this episode.
Absolutely, yeah. Like give a little description. He should be on the first show. You get a little description like we did for us.
Yeah.
Another person I do want to mention real quick too is my buddy Matt Stetzel. Joe, I'm not sure if you met him.
No, maybe I have actually.
You may have. I mean, within the last 10 years, he probably wandered by. Colin,
Right.
Matt.
Yes.
Matt Stetzel is actually the guy who created our theme song, the song that you hear at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show. He created that little tune for us to use. I actually want to get his band on the show here sometime soon, just to talk about them and all that stuff, and talk a little music and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, without the sound, we're just going to go with something generic, which now we don't have to do because of him. Such a huge thanks. Because of Derek, we don't have to worry about sounding like
Garbage.
Yeah, so thanks, Derek, for that. Anyways, we have a contest.
We do have a contest, as we talked about at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. If you guys have checked out either the Twitter page or the Facebook page or even this freakinshow.com, you see we have a logo. It's a red shirt, tie kind of logo. Generic. It's kind of generic. We don't hate it, but we don't love it. And I think we're all kind of agreed on that.
I agree.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right. So as we sat there and we're trying to think of what kind of logo we can make, we decided that what we want is help. So I think what we decided is we're going to have a contest and have people submit logo ideas.
Yeah. So if you are artsy and want your logo to be on a future award-winning podcast, calling it from episode 2.
Yeah, you'll definitely get recognition. We'll definitely shout you out.
Absolutely. So
Yeah, there'll be some kind of prize. Who knows? Maybe it could range anywhere from a gift card to a signed autographed picture of us.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a night drinking out with this freaking cast.
Yeah. You show up in Peotone, I may give you some side boob.
There we go.
It'll be Collins.
Hey, I love that side boob.
Yeah, what you can do is you can find in the description of the show our email address, which is thisfreakinshow@yahoo.com. Forward us a picture on that. If you want, you could put it onto the Facebook page. You can put it through Twitter. Any way you want to find a way to send it to us, just send it to us. We're putting this contest, what did we agree on, to December?
I believe December 27th, midnight.
Midnight. Yeah. So midnight on December 27th is going to be the cutoff, and we're going to announce it that Wednesday, the 30th.
Right. It's going to be on the podcast the 30th.
And we're going to unveil it on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
So that gives our viewers 7 weeks.
Roughly.
Roughly about 7 weeks to send us in your ideas. We shouldn't have to limit it to one per person, right? Just send
send us whatever you got.
Create as many as you want.
Yeah. There's going to be 3 of us that are going to go through all of them. So, I mean, send us whatever you want.
Just make sure you leave your name and contact information.
Yeah.
So
right.
that we can,
Yeah,
so
because we can't credit you if you don't credit you.
Yeah, we will keep it. If we really like it, we can't get through to you, we'll put it on a T-shirt.
Yep.
And I'll take credit for it.
Yep. And we'll sell that T-shirt, and we'll make millions of dollars.
We will. And
we'll donate it all to charity so you can't take us to court.
So we have that contest going on. So from the moment you hear about it until December 27th, send in your logos. You know, wow us. Joey.
Yes.
Sandals. Should they be worn with socks?
Absolutely not.
I definitely agree.
Unless your feet are really cold, in which case you probably shouldn't be wearing sandals. But if that's all you've got, then I guess it's okay.
Okay, no.
But it's still a fashion atrocity.
If your feet are cold, you shouldn't be wearing socks with sandals. Like you said, you should be wearing something else. Never wear socks with sandals.
That's why I always wear boots.
Wear boots. They
Always.
cover your whole feet.
No, I'm not sure I'd wear boots with sandals. That seems like it'd be redundant.
Yo, you need to wear boots with sandals.
Well, yeah. I don't know how that would work.
I'm sure there's a way.
I'm
sure
Unless
there's a way.
that boot is like ginormous.
Colin, discount donuts.
Oh man, I love discounted donuts. They're just like the day old ones.
Oh, got day old ones from Casey's.
Yeah.
Why pay the price of a fresh donut when the day old ones are just as good?
It's true. Like there's places you can do it. Discounted bread, day old bread. Jimmy John's, right?
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's bread.
That's good stuff right
I
there.
really like it. I also like day old donuts or discount donuts.
Discount donuts.
Discounted donuts.
Really,
is always
any kind of pastry that's discounted and isn't discounted for some bizarre sexual reason, I'm all about.
Wait, so have you ever had a discounted donut for a sexual reason?
No, but I'm just saying.
Are you saying that if a donut was somehow molested, it is beneath all the other donuts?
If a donut were somehow molested, I would be uncomfortable consuming it.
What if a donut was wearing lingerie?
Ooh.
Is it fresh?
It is.
No, it's discounted, bro.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, that's probably
It'd
fine.
be freshly discounted.
I'm just saying I want my custard fills to be filled with custard, not anything else.
Ooh.
That's all I'm getting at, really.
I think you got a travesty here, dreaming about donuts.
Yeah, we got off track again.
No, we did it.
All right, one more topic and we're ending this. Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. You're on a plane.
Yes.
Okay, you're traveling, let's say out east towards Maine.
Okay.
Hey, not California?
No, because Maine
I know.
is east.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand.
Yeah, I'm going to Maine. I'm going to probably eat some crab.
What are you worried
Something.
about, Colin?
Well, just continue on. I'll throw my 2 cents in.
Okay, you're heading east towards Maine because Maine is east of here.
Right.
I'm not stupid. I understand Maine is east.
Halfway through, your plane falls in, let's say, a mountain.
Okay.
Okay, you're stuck. You're freezing. You're not sure you're gonna live.
Okay.
What wine would you pair with this situation?
Let's see. With that situation, I think I would want some kind of port. Let Let me see if I can find a specific port that I would want.
I just want to point out the fact: are there any mountains between us and Maine?
No, because of the coal industry.
So
Yeah,
me saying out towards California would kind of work better if you're going to hit a mountain.
you had no idea he was hitting a mountain when you said California.
No, I didn't. But it was wine. I know where you were going with the wine.
There's wine in Michigan.
I know.
Yeah,
but
no, I honestly have. I don't know what type of port, but I'd probably have a port because what I could do with that is hopefully I also have some kind of like maybe some cloves and some ginger and some nutmeg, and I can make myself a nice spiced wine to warm me on my way to Hades.
I like it. Colin,
Nightcap?
you have a wine?
Oh, nice Chianti with some fava beans.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do love a Chianti. Nice dry Tuscany wine.
I'm going with ice wine.
Nice wine.
Nice.
If I'm going to freeze, I might as well get a very expensive bottle of ice wine and just enjoy it.
Well, who's to say the mountain's cold?
Why wouldn't the mountain be cold in Maine?
Because not all mountains are cold.
Well, he travels during the wintertime.
Who does?
Joey.
Joe Charlie did it winter time.
Okay, we are dragging this on way too long.
No, ice wine would be good though. That's a nice dessert wine.
Ice wine's very good.
It's a good life cap. I'm with you.
You know. Do you know what ice wine is, Joe?
I don't, but I Wikipedia'd it.
Ice wine. I'm gonna tell you what I know about ice wine because
Okay.
it's amazing. Basically, ice wine is made from the grapes on the last frost, and what they do is they squeeze one drop of juice out of each grape to create this wine.
Wow.
Yeah, you get a small bottle. I'm gonna say like even the size of a water bottle. A generic one may cost $35,
Wow.
and it's worth it.
I believe it. It sounds like it would be.
I recommend you try it one day. Maybe one time, maybe next summer, we'll do this freaking wine tasting.
Yeah. I'm all about that.
Perfect. Well, now that we covered the 3 topics you mentioned in our previous description, now we're not liars, so I'm happy about that. Even though it probably
You know this means that I'm going to come up with ever more insane topics to talk about.
That's what we want.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Tune in next week to talk about kangaroos in shoes.
Kangaroos in shoes or kangaroos and shoes?
Uh-huh.
Which one?
Whichever one I type.
Oh, okay.
Let's go. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is I was on your show last week.
Yeah. Yeah, Geekcast Live. We were happy to have you. You're a good guest.
It got real.
It did.
It was a very good episode from start to finish. I didn't make it great. I didn't make it better. I made it about the same you would expect any other time.
No, I thought you did. I thought you added to it. It was good.
Oh well, there we go. At least Joe believes it. I want to put a link to the Geekcast website in the subject line.
Yeah.
The description. I want to put a link to that so
You bet.
people want to listen to your show to catch it as well as listening to the show that I was on. If you want, go ahead and if you want to mention a little about Geekcast again, just in case people missed it, the first show.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to mention anything else, then we'll cut it off and head home.
Sure. Yeah, so Geekcast Live is it's a weekly show about all things geek. We cover everything from sports to dominoes to comic books to movies. So check us out. You can find us at geekcastlivepodcast.com/podcast. And you can hit us up on Twitter at geekcastlive. So, yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
yeah, that sounds good.
All right, perfect. Now, everyone, like Colin said earlier, this show is going to be released on Veterans Day. So if you guys feel the need to think of veteran, more importantly, you feel like thinking Colin, you can find him on Twitter at 88C Pascal. Send him a tweet. Thank him. If you want to contact This Freaking Show, you can catch us on Twitter at This Freaking Show, Facebook This Freaking Show, email us at thisfreakingshow@yahoo.com. Thank you all for tuning in this week. We'll catch you next week. And as always, I'm Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
Thank you for tuning in to this freaking show. I'm out.